Today, this is going to be a video about fabric. I will be sharing a little bit of what I personally use in a lot of my cosplays. One of the most cheapest fabric here in the Philippines is this. It's called Gina. It's so thin. Maybe you can see. Oh, you can see my nose right through it. It's really thin. And I think these are usually used for mock-ups or lining for jackets. I have used this in the lining of my Enmaai costume. Alright. And this is Gina. There, you can see right through, right? One of the easiest fabric to work with is called Katrina. Alright. I'm using the names as we call them here in the Philippines. Katrina is not so thin kind of fabric. It's also not so heavy, but it does get wrinkled a little bit. Usually these are used in school uniforms. But what's good about Katrina is that it has a lot of colors. Next up, we have what we call Tetron. These kind of fabric are more on the cotton side. I usually use this if I'm gonna make dresses. But the thing is, it's easily wrinkled. So you might want to double check if you want them. But overall, the fabric is really good. It gives the crunchy feeling of it. I don't know if you can tell based on how I see it. And sorry, my swatch is really bad. I use this for neckties. I think that was for Rico Aida of Kuroko's Basketball. I love using this for neckties because it's crunchy, right? It gives the poof feeling on neckties. Go on to the more expensive kind of fabrics. Soft and smooth. Alright, we call this soft and smooth. These are usually for the more heavy duty kind of clothing, like teacher's uniform, because they have this special pattern right on. I originally wanted this to be my Hana Mizuno blazer, but I thought it's too fancy. I bought this, it was a bit expensive, but it's just sitting here. We have the patterned fabrics. They are usually thick. I don't know if you can see it. They're usually thick because of the pattern. They also give the crunchy feeling, sturdy feeling kind of thing. These are patterns of schools here in the Philippines. I think I used this for Hetalia Gakuen cosplay, if I'm not mistaken. And this one, same, Hetalia Gakuen, yes. They're both from Hetalia Gakuen. I know the pattern is a little bit different, but this is the closest thing that I can find. Next is we have, I'm not sure how you call this, but we call it varsity jacket fabric. Yeah, you guessed it, because we usually make this for jerseys and varsity jackets. I also plan to use this for Rikaiday Gakuen from Prince of Tennis, but I hate sewing pants, I hate sewing jackets, and I hate all the two of them. This is called Klopmann. Alright. And as you can see, I have made tons of Attack on Titan jackets. and this is always the fabric that I go to because one, it feels heavy, two, it's thick, three, it gives a crunchy feeling. I don't know if you can tell. It doesn't wrinkle easily. Next is one of my most expensive fabrics. It's as far as I know, it's called SP, but it has this cotton feeling. I use this bit on Grell's necktie. Okay, there are other expensive fabrics here in the Philippines that I personally like to use, especially if it's a special cosplay. Like my current project right now is my Enma-ai kimono. I already mentioned it to you. I was using this for the lining because the inside is supposed to be red, but the outside is called Lacoste. Weird, right? I don't know if it's the original brand or they just named it after the brand, but it's a type of heavy cotton fabric which is very good for kimono. And one of my friends, Yume, was the one who hand painted the flowers on the kimono. I don't have that kind of talent, but thanks, Yume. Another kind of fabric that are a little bit expensive here in the Philippines is wool. Okay, I have personally used a lot of them. One of them is Hamilton, which is the one that I used for my shell cosplay. I think it was Weston College version. So that is made of Hamilton wool, which is pretty expensive. And another one is Rothenberg. So this one is thinner, but I like it better. I like it so much better than Hamilton because Hamilton is just like whoo, for winter season, but Rothenberg is not like that. I have used it for my Merlin cosplay. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is called Chinese satin because it has design on it already. Okay, I think I have used this bit for Len Kagamine, a Rest Rose version. Okay, I'm not sure if it's Len, I think it's Len Kagamine. Yeah, so it's this one. One thing I don't like about satin is they make this kind of things, so you have to be careful using it. I have used this on a lot of cosplays, mainly kimono thingy and such. We call this here in the Philippines Taiwan. Alright, usually these are for seat covers. But the thing is, it's cheap. It feels like leather. It works like leather. So we use this a lot here in the Philippines. So if you see leather feels, it's probably Taiwan. I think I've used this for holsters. I forgot which anime. It was a commission. I still have a lot of them left. And when I was still in the Attack on Titan commissions, I had a lot of black and white for the harness thingy in the back. The one, that part. I think that's pretty much about it for fabric education. Of course, there are still a lot of other fabrics that you want. I have mentioned a few of them. We have chiffon, we have organza, we have velvet, which is one of the top-notch materials. I have worked also with velvet a lot of times. I would tell you that these are the fabrics that we usually use here in the Philippines. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you then. Bye.